If you've gone through the depths of Steam like I have, eventually you'll start to find the unusual. Most of it is that typical affront to God kind of games, but every now and then you can find something actually interesting. Honestly, I cannot recall how, what link I clicked on, what search I used, but nonetheless, I came across Hellraid, a game on Steam released December 31st, 1969. Now, that doesn't make any sense. We know games can have release dates in the past to match their original launch date before being brought to Steam. Star Wars Jedi Academy came out in 2003, years before Steam was even a thing. But seeing as video games in the late 1960s looked more like Lunar Lander, this is probably not the case. In the past, developers could put pretty much whatever they wanted to in the release date field on Steam. But back in October of 22, they updated things to streamline dates globally. They are now required to format with more specificity. However, if they were to choose a date in the future, this could possibly put them on some kind of list of upcoming games. Steam already has a notice that the developers chose to have the game unlisted and it won't appear in searches, so they're trying to hide this. I think the developers chose this date on purpose to hide this just a little bit longer. The release date can always be changed in the future. The new question is then, what is Hellraid? What is it they're even trying to hide in the first place? Well, Hellraid is a first-person dungeon crawler, single-player or 2 to 4 man co-op, set in a dark fantasy universe. Slay demons with crossbows and hammers, magic and swords, each weapon having its own unique set of parries, counterattacks, and dashing abilities. A bit like a first-person Diablo, all with a story mode, challenge missions, and as they put it, a nightmarishly hard arena mode, which is Horde mode. It was slated for a release in 2015, when on May 21st of that year, a Facebook post confirmed that the game was being put on hold, and focus of the company, Techland, would be transitioned entirely to new expansions of their game, Dying Light 1. And that's where things stopped. I can't find anything about Hellraid in any official capacity after that date. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Steam forums, nothing. Even their Google Plus listing is, well, not available. There was a Dying Light expansion titled Hellraid, and it looks very similar to the original art from the canceled game. Almost an homage to the work that they did. The DLC was not well reviewed though, and the top comment even laments that the concept comes from the canceled game. As I've been looking into this, I keep feeling that I'm making a mystery out of nothing. Like I'm the last to know something, but think I'm a genius. But I can't find anything about it. Hellraid the game, getting a second chance. I even hit the more results button twice on Google, and nothing. Perhaps there's nothing to it. Techland has done a good enough job to hide this from the public because it's nothing, and they're simply going to release what they had in 2015. Or maybe not. It's a bit of a stretch, but Hellraid reminds me of another game. A recent game, massively popular and lots of potential, a game that looked very similar, at least in art direction, the dark fantasy setting, use of different melee and ranged weapons, including magic, crawling through dungeons and fighting skeletons and monsters, solo or co-op, up to 4-man parties. Yeah, I'm thinking of Dark and Darker. And what a better time to get back to work on Hellraid than when Dark and Darker is off of Steam and tied up in legal issues. If you don't know anything about Dark and Darker, there are countless videos and articles about it, including full gameplay, but it's essentially Tarkov and a battle royale with a Diablo theme, and has been one of the more popular games on Steam, rising up the charts almost every month. Now, this is total speculation. I'm just trying to come up with a reason why a canceled game from 2015 appears on Steam in 2023 with a release date of 1969. Call me crazy, but that just seems odd. That's where things stand though. Everything to go off of I've laid out, nothing new until Techland does something. What do you think? Is this all nonsense? Is there something to all this? Let me know in the comments. I'm truly interested in what all of y'all think. If you do think I've stumbled on something, consider subscribing. It would mean a lot. Have a good one.